Cornhole Baggo beanbag game, whatever you call it. It's America's fastest growing backyard game. Easy, safe, fun to play for all ages. Went online to look to buy a set. Holy cow, they cost a lot. I can show you a quick, easy, and cheaper way how to build this. Come with me, let's go build the set. I'll show you how it's done. So I went to the local lumber store, picked up a 4x4 sheet of plywood. Now I got it finished on one side. You could go 1/4 inch, you could go half inch, your choice, whatever is most available. But you want it finished on one side, make a nice smooth surface for the bags to slide, and it'll be a lot of fun. I did ask the store to cut it in half. They will do that for you. So what you end up with your sheet of 2x4, which is ready to go. You'll be ready to go. We'll build the frame around it, and we'll have it all set. The other thing, 4 1x3s. We will cut 2 of them in half to do the 4-foot lengths, and then we'll take the third one and we'll cut it into 2-foot lengths to do the outskirts. The other thing is just some crummy scrap wood. If you have some scrap, that's fine. It's 1x3s. These will be bracing on the interior so that we can use them just to solid up. This is pretty much what you need for stock. Let's go start the assembly stage. I wanted to show you one of the choices as we're building the frame. You have your choice of just taking the 1x4s and doing a flat cut and just nailing them together like this, giving you just pretty much a square fit, which works, and it's fine. It's really your choice. Or you can take and you can bevel the edges at a 45-degree angle and then match them together, which gives you a nice finished fit. Both structurally are fine. They both work. Your choice. You decide whatever makes it best for you. Okay, got my 8-foot piece. I'm going to cut this in half to do 2 4s for 2 sides. I'm going to go with the beveled edge, so I got my saw at a 45-degree angle. I am going to set it up on the saw, and then we will just Alright, we now have our frame cut. We got our 2 foots beveled, and we got our 4-foot bevels. We're now going to start assembling the frame. Okay, first one's together. We'll build the frame first. I'm just going to throw a dab glue on here. Just kind of slop it on there. Put the first nail in this side. Now I'll do the next 2 on this side. It'll give it a little bit of better strength. The nails will complement each other. Alright, that wasn't too difficult. Our frame is now built. What we're going to do now is we're going to set this down. We'll take our 2x4 base sheet. We'll do the finished side up. Double check that, and we can place it on and then tack this in. Now, we want to be careful. If you want to check your joints, you can always go in there and hit them with a quick piece of sandpaper, clean them up, make them look good. But I think we'll be in good shape. So let's fit that. Let's start that. Okay. Going to take my glue. I'm just going to put a bead of glue along here. It'll help secure it, give it strength. Check the corners, even it out. We may have to touch it up with a little bit of sandpaper. Looks good. Let's take our 4-penny nails and start nailing it. Now I do want to stagger these nails. I will put them in at a slant, at different slants. It helps hold it. I'll go about every 5 inches. Put nails in. This is when it would be nice to have a nail gun, when you can just go and whack it. I have to do it the old-fashioned way, with strength. Now, just a reminder, as you're pounding the nails, the one thing you want to remember is we are doing the finish work. You don't want to use a framing hammer that has the hash marks, so when you make a hit in the wood, you don't leave any kind of marks. It's just to use a nice finish hammer, and so if you have to hit the wood, you don't dent it up. And it looks good. Just a little tip. Okay, now that we got our frames, we're going to take an internal measurement here. We're going to need the braces at 22 1/4. So we're going to take our 1x3. We are going to mark them. Okay, now it's time for our braces. We're going to take our 1x3. We cut them down to our roughly 22 1/4. We're going to mark out 15 inches. We're going to put 2 braces in. So we're going to mark it 15. So now we have a mark. We're going to be able to set them in right on center, and then we'll nail them in. We do want to add the glue. This will help when the bags hit the board, so there's not as much bouncing and they'll be bracing. So we'll just put on a smear of glue, place it into place, center it up at 15. Oh, this is a little tight, we like that. Put on the old wood glue. Help it brace. Center them up. And then I will pound 2 nails in. I do want to nail them in at a slant going downward. I want them to keep pressure on the base, so I will have a slight slant on them. And it's nice when you get that nice solid noise. Put nails here on the base, and that's what the glue's for. I just don't want the nails on there. The nails will scuff up the side. The next step will be the legs for the Baggo. I have a set here that we built before, and what we want to do is we want to watch 2 things. We want to make sure that the legs fit in tight, so it's easy to pack, and then they have to extend out, and then they have to carry the angle to make it exactly a 12-inch run from the top to the bottom. So there's several things we want to do. We want to make sure it fits tight in there. We want to make sure it opens. Okay, so now we want to engineer the legs. I'm going to take some of my 1x3s, and I just cut them into about 15, 16, whatever you got laying around the shop works great. I'm just going to take anything I found that's round, and I just want to be able to put it on and round them. So it'll give me a round edge. I've made an example leg, so this is what we're looking to do. So I'll take my 1x3s, and then I'm going to take a jigsaw and just cut them around. All right, looks pretty good. You know, they don't have to be exactly perfect. They are going to be hidden underneath. What you wanted was really the round angles, so you get the turn on them. So that looks pretty good. We're going to use these. Next, we'll put a center hole in there. Okay, we got our legs. Now, what we want to do is we want to measure an inch. We want to measure an inch off the top, because what we're going to do is measure it 1.5 inches in here. That's going to give a 1/2 inch of front of movement. So I'm just going to simply measure Measure, find the center point, inch 3/4, come down an inch from the top. We have our center point. I'm going to take my drill. Now I have a 5/16 carriage bolt. It's whatever you have in the shop, whatever works for you. You might have a bigger one, you might have a smaller one, it all works. Just make sure it's long enough. So I'm going to be able to drill my hole. There you go. Got my hole. Good tight fit for the carriage bolt, so that'll give it some movement. We'll get it in there, and then we're going to drill the hole there next. Because we have an inch from the top and an inch and a half on this side, to give my movement, I'm going to come 2 inches off the base, make a mark, and an inch and a half off the top. And that'll give me my point of drilling for the leg. Okay, because I don't have a long enough table to measure this, I'm going to use a little trick. I'm going to take the first board, put it on. Then I'm going to take my second board, hang the legs off. Hold on. Hang the legs off the side, and then it'll help me get an exact measure. All right, I have our first unit as a base underneath, and what I do is I have a trusty can of paint, and what I'm going to look to do is I know that this base will be the ground, and I need this to be at 12 inches. So I'm going to check this, and that's 12 inches, and if we check this, that is a perfect 12 inches. This is exactly where we want to be. Then we're going to take our straight edge, knowing that this is 12 inches here, knowing that this is off the ground. Pull this all the way back. Make sure it's hitting. I want to get this level here. There's our angle that we're going to cut. Our next move is to drill the hole. What we want to do is we want to be at center, so we got to come off a foot, find my center point, then we want to come down 9 inches. So I want to find 9 inches, there's 9 inches, boom, that's my center point. Now, we can make a 6-inch circle, basically take a 3-inch string, draw the circle, pull the old jigsaw, drill a hole, cut around it, and then you'll have your hole. Or pull out the big mama 6-inch hole drill, works great. We just got to center it up. Perfect, comes out perfect. Now, you know the real test of a hole. Let's see if it works. Hey, it works. Slide it up and in. Ready to paint. I want to do some final touch-ups. I just want to clear up a couple of these edges. What I'm going to do is just hit the sander very quickly. That really just helps detail the edges. All right, construction's done. We're done. We're ready to test it. Last piece of the puzzle. Got to go get some bean bags. Yep. Just went out to the local sporting goods store. Picked up 8 bean bags. 4 one color, 4 the other color for the sides. Now we get to play the game. Everything we worked for, let's go. So the construction's all done. We gave it the test. Games won, games lost. Had a lot of fun, hours of fun already. On these, as you can see, we did put a paint job on. If you want to see how we did this paint job, if you're interested, go to Paint Your Cornhole Set. It's another video we did. It'll give you the tips on how we do it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, but it's great. But I hope you learned something on the construction. I hope you have a lot of fun with your set. Great idea for presents and gifts if you want to give it to family and friends. And thanks for watching. Just another backyard project.